So, want to build both a login and register form without touching a single line of JavaScript? In this tutorial, you'll learn how to create a clean, toggleable login register form using just HTML and CSS. So, before we dive into the code, let's check out this login and registration form in action. Now that you've seen the demo, let's break down how we're building it without using any JavaScript. For this, we have the details and summary HTML elements. These are built-in HTML features that create a simple toggle effect without any JavaScript. By combining them, you can easily build an accordion UI, which is commonly used for FAQs on websites. But for now, we'll use it to build our login and registration form. Let's get started. Alright, first up, we're diving into the HTML. Inside the body, we'll create a main tag which will act as the main container for our login and register components. As mentioned earlier, we're using the details element for toggling. To get that accordion effect, where one opens and the other closes, just group them with the same name attribute. Also, for this section, which will be our login form, we'll keep it expanded by default by adding the open attribute to its details element. Next, let's add a summary element inside the details element. Each details needs a summary inside. This will act as the clickable title to toggle the content. Now that you understand how to create an accordion using details and summary, let's add the login form. Right after the closing summary tag, insert a form element for the login section. Within the form, we'll start with the email field by adding a label linked to its input for better accessibility. Next, we'll add the email input field. Use class equals input control so we can apply custom styles. Add a placeholder to guide the user on what to enter. And set name equals email for form submission. Similarly, for the password field, we'll follow the same pattern and start by adding a label element to describe the input field. Similarly, for the password input field, we'll set type equals password to hide the input, use class equals input control for styling, add a placeholder for user guidance, and set name equals password for form submission. Now that we've set up the email and password fields, we'll add a terms agreement section. After the password input, create a div with class form element. Inside this div, we'll include a checkbox input field with type equals checkbox and assign it ID equals checkbox 1 to improve accessibility. After the checkbox input, we'll insert a span tag, which will act as the label for the checkbox. For the terms and conditions text, we'll wrap it in a tag to create a clickable link. Finally, we'll add the submit button to complete our form. We'll use a button element with type equals submit and assign it the class btn for styling. With this, we've completed the HTML structure for our login form, which now looks something like this in the browser. Now, for the registration form, we'll copy the entire details component. This time, we'll remove the open attribute since we only want one section to be open by default. Next, we'll update the heading inside the summary element. Now, for our register form, we'll add one more field for the full name. As usual, we'll start by setting up a label tag for the full name input field. Similarly, we'll add an input with type equals text and assign it the class input control. We'll also set a placeholder and a name attribute for form submission. And with these few changes to our register form, the HTML structure is all done. And there you have it, a toggleable login and registration form built with HTML. Now, let's get ready to style it. To kick off our styling, we'll bring in Google Fonts for some clean custom typography. We're using the Poppins font. Just copy the embed link and paste it at the top of your style.css file. Next, we'll add some global CSS styles to reset the default browser behavior. We'll set box sizing to border box. And we'll reset margin and padding to 0 for a clean and consistent layout across all elements. Next, we will style the body tag to apply the Poppins font throughout the entire page. We will set its display to flex and use Justify Content Center and Align Items Center to center all content both horizontally and vertically. Additionally, we will set min height 100 VH to ensure that it occupies the full height of the viewport. Finally, we'll apply a light gray background color to the body. Now, we'll target our main container using the main tag. We'll set its width to 80% and give it a white background color. Similarly, we'll style the form element with horizontal padding of 1 rem and a bottom margin of 1 rem. Next, we'll set the font size of all label elements to 0.875 rem. Moving on, we'll style the input fields using the input control class. We'll apply the Poppins font and set the font size to 1 rem. The background will be white, and we'll use a subtle 1px solid light blue-gray border. Text color will be dark gray. We'll remove the default focus outline with outline, none for a cleaner look. Padding will be 0.825 rem on all sides, and margins will be 0.45 rem top and bottom, with 0 on the sides. Finally, we'll set the width to 100% so the input spans the full container. Now that our input fields are styled, let's design the Submit button. First, we'll make it span the full width. We'll add 15 pixels vertical padding and 30 pixels horizontal padding for balanced spacing. The text will appear in white using the Poppins font family to maintain consistency. For the background, we'll apply a vibrant blue shade and remove the default border. Finally, we'll set the cursor to pointer to indicate interactivity when hovered. Next, the last part of our form to style is the Terms and Conditions section. We'll target the div with the class form element, set its display to flex so its children align as flex items, and apply 0.5 rem margin to the top and bottom, with 0 on the sides for spacing. Similarly, we'll target the span inside the form element class. We'll apply a margin left of 5 pixels for spacing and set its text color to a shade of gray. To complete our terms section styling, we'll target the link inside the form element class. We'll set its text color to a shade of blue and apply a margin left of 5 pixels. With the styling of our form elements now complete, our toggleable login and registration form is nearly finished. Now, since we're using details and summary to handle expanding and collapsing content, the drop-down icon shown is the browser's default. Next, we'll replace that default icon with our own custom design. To start, we'll target the summary tag. We'll set its position to relative and apply 1 rem padding on all sides. Now, to fully customize the toggle icon using our own styles, we will select the marker pseudo element of the summary tag and set its content property to none. With the default drop-down arrow hidden, we can now add our own custom icon. To do this, we'll use the after pseudo element on the summary tag. We start by setting the content to an empty string. This pseudo element is displayed as an inline block with 2 pixels padding on all sides to ensure the element has visible size. Next, we'll position the icon absolutely within the summary element, allowing us to place it precisely. We'll align it to the right side using right 1.5 rem and adjust its vertical position with top 1.4 rem to ensure it sits nicely within the clickable area. To create the arrow effect, we use transform rotate 45 degrees, which gives a downward pointing angle. We also apply a transition for smooth rotation effects when toggling the element. Lastly, to create a downward pointing arrow, we first set the border style on all sides to solid. Then, we apply visible borders only on the right and bottom sides. Now that we've created the arrow indicator for the collapsed section, it's time to style the expanded state. When the details element is open, we want the arrow to point upwards. To do this, we'll use the transform property to rotate the arrow by -135 degrees. And to keep the transition smooth, we'll add a transition property that lasts 0.2 seconds. And with that, we've wrapped up this tutorial on creating a clean, toggleable login and register form with custom drop-down arrows, using only HTML and CSS. To make things easier for you, I've also linked the starter code for you all, so you can follow along easily, plus a few extra CSS styles to play with. If you enjoyed this tutorial, don't forget to leave a like and share your thoughts or questions in the comments. Thanks for watching.